Hey guys, so some of you may be wondering why I haven't been posting as much as I have been throughout this year lately. And the truth is, I've just been experiencing some creator burnout. I mean, I've been putting out close to 100 videos just this year, all completely for free. And it's taken a bit of a toll on me, so I just needed some time to relax. Probably going to continue doing that, to be honest. And I definitely do have some bigger and better videos that I'm working out on, and that will probably see the light of day one day, so keep an eye out for those. I'm also asking all those other YouTube creators out there that if you guys are having the same watch hours glitch that I'm experiencing. Basically, whenever YouTube made their most recent update to the Creator Studios, I somehow lost about 75% of my watch hours, so that's a little unfortunate. And I do expect those to come back eventually. It's been a little over a week now and still haven't had any luck. I've emailed YouTube about it, but again, I don't really anticipate any sort of human response from them. But, unfortunately, that's life, and it's not always fair. And I know my time will eventually come here shortly. So I really do want to thank everybody who regularly watches these videos. And if you're someone who doesn't always comments but watches them, please do show me some love in the comments. I really love interacting with new fans, and it gives me a lot of motivation to keep going here. And also make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button. That's the best way you guys can help a small YouTuber like me out. So I finally hit the $17,000 milestone here on Robinhood. I think 16,999 is as close as I can really get. I did throughout the week hit over 17,000. So I'll be giving you guys an update on when I hit those $1,000 milestones. Probably when I reach 20,000 if you guys want the exact dates and how long it took for the progression from each new $1,000 milestone. But today we're going to be basically talking about everyone's favorite electric car company, which is Tesla. And we will also be looking at another gigantic company as well as the dividends that I received in the month of October. So Tesla did what it always does. It found a way to get into the headlines, and it's often not for the greatest of reasons. They finally unveiled their long-awaited Cybertruck, and the design was polarizing to say the least. The pickup truck market is huge, meaning Elon Musk doesn't need everyone to just drop their Ford F-150s and come join him overnight, but they can eventually chip away at that market share, similar to what the Model 3 has been doing lately. I also remember when Apple first released unveiled the tablets, and those came out and everyone just had such negative things to say about it. I remember people thought they would be useless, and it's basically just a bigger iPhone. But that was almost 10 years ago, and it's hard to believe there was ever a time when we didn't enjoy these little touchscreen devices. So I think there's going to be a similar reaction with the Cybertruck. It's just going to take a while for people to get used to such a radical design. But after a couple of years, I think it'll just grow on all of us. Having a car that runs on batteries does already in 2019. Also, Tesla seems to be taking a page from the president's playbook and realizing any sort of press is good press these days. I mean, let's face it, if people loved it or hated it, they made sure to be talking about it the very next day. Think about how much free advertising Tesla got via word of mouth and nonstop media attention. Elon Musk has tweeted that there's already been 250,000 pre-orders because it is at a somewhat affordable price tag of around $40,000. Keep in mind, though, that there's a very small security deposit to pre-order, and that can easily be canceled still, and those orders are not final orders or commitments. Then there's really that whole armored glass window thing that I wanted to talk about. Most of us probably aren't going to be going to war, so we don't need an armored glass window door like that. They also had a designer throw a steel ball at the window to show just how powerful it was. And Tesla was thinking that it would merely just bounce off the window without leaving a scratch. And while it didn't leave a small scratch, it actually left the window cracked. It seemed to me that Musk and the audience, it came to them as a shock, and it didn't appear that Elon Musk was expecting for that to happen. Now, people are saying this might be a form of guerrilla marketing, which is basically unconventional marketing methods to promote a product. So that raises the question, did Elon Musk intentionally have someone throw the ball at the window, knowing that it would cause a crack and break so that it would reach more headlines? Or was this just merely an experiment gone wrong? And I don't think we'll really know the answer to it, because really at the end of the day, only Tesla knows that, and they got a lot of free publicity. And you can already see the orders starting to roll in according to Elon's Twitter. So let me know in the comments if you guys think the glass shattering was intentional or if you think it was an accident. All right, so the next stock we're going to talk about here today is Apple. Now, this is a company that seems to be hitting new highs every single month. And you never really know if you're ever going to get another buy the dip opportunity. And I was a little disappointed in myself because I realized that I had not bought I'd actually only bought one share of Apple this year, even though it's one of the best performing stocks and makes up the largest position in my portfolio. I've only bought one share this year. As you guys can see, I have a pretty good return on it, up 41%. And I think it's just I was kind of penalizing this company for doing too well. It just kind of fell under the radar because I kind of just expected Apple to always do well. I've been trying to kind of focus on buying more losers so I can get better starting yields and dollar cost average my way down, but kind of neglected buying Apple, and I definitely think that was a mistake. So in 2020, I'm definitely going to be making a bigger effort to buy Apple stock more habitually. And Apple reported better than expected fourth quarter results. They had improving iPhone sales, growth in its wearables, home and accessory segments. And I also feel that I personally have noticed a lot more people wearing the Apple Watch around. Its PE ratio is now at 22, which is 7 higher than the multiple it was trading at last year of 15. So while it might not be at the best bargain anymore, many analysts now think that it can crack $300 within a year. And I definitely don't think that's too unrealistic. I usually don't give too much weight to what analyst recommendations are, but certainly it's a plus whenever you see other so-called experts being optimistic about the growth of an already massive company. Sometimes we forget the wide array of products that Apple sells. Because chances are you don't just own one of these devices in their ecosystem, you own multiple. The company sells MacBook computers, iPad tablets, iPhones, watches, Apple TV, Apple Music, and also convinces people to buy wireless headphones for nearly $250. The Apple brand is rated the most valuable in the world at a value of $205 billion by Forbes magazine. Perceived value is a customer's evaluation of the benefits and costs associated of one brand compared to another. This is a very powerful in sales because customers are willing to pay a higher price because they deem the brand to be of a high quality / status symbol. This is the reason that Apple is able to sell AirPods for $250 even though there's plenty of substitutes for much cheaper. This is the reason Apple lovers will put their credit cards in the air every time a new phone is released, even though their old one works just fine. Consumers tie emotions into purchases. Customers are more likely to remember a product or service that makes them feel good. I still remember 10 years ago when I got an iPod Touch for my birthday and how happy I was opening it and using it for the first time. And I've continued to buy Apple products ever since. Apple certainly has that brand loyalty that gets customers to keep buying its expensive products time and time again. Next time that Tim Cook, how could I ever have made that mistake, announces a new Apple product, you know that people will mass order it. Let's also not forget that Apple is sitting on a big pile of cash and generates nearly $60 billion in free cash flow a year. Perfect for more future share buybacks Apple spent nearly $67 billion in fiscal year 2019 repurchasing its own stock, which is just absurd to even think about. Before we move on to the dividends I received in October, let's take a moment to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you're new here, because it really helps a small-time YouTuber like me. Also, let me know what Apple product you have overpaid for recently. The October dividends fall in that sequence of quarters where the dividend payments aren't that big. My bigger months come in the March, June, September, December sequence there. So this month not as big, but of course I didn't have to work at all really for these dividends. Didn't have to raise a finger. And it's just passive income at this point. So let's see what I got. So Coca-Cola, I only own one share of them. Whoops. And 40 cents. I'll try not to spend it all in one place there. Then we have FedEx. This is a position I'm down huge on. So every little bit of those dividends that can never be taken away unless it's by the IRS. So FedEx at 65 cents helps offset some of that loss. Iron Mountain, again, some of these are stocks I only own one share of. Probably won't be adding into these positions, but just own them for the time being. Now, Medical Properties Trust, this is one I want to add a bit more to. I saw that it reached its 52-week high recently, so might wait, but only own 7 shares, 26 cents per share for a total of $1.82. We have Chubb Insurance here, another one I probably want to look at the company a little bit more before I buy more shares, but I definitely wanted to get into the insurance industry more. And then we have Store, another real estate investment trust here, 5 shares, 35 cents. Then we have Realty Income there at 22.7 cents a share. Only own two shares of them. But this is a stock that really just has been growing a lot in terms of capital appreciation. So you don't really even get a very good starting dividend yield anymore. Remember, real estate investment trusts are taxed a little bit differently, so they don't get that favorable ordinary dividend treatment. Then we have SPHD at 3 shares. This is a monthly payer. You get 46 cents from them in the month of October. We have BlackRock Science Technology, another monthly dividend ETF. And then JP Morgan Chase, this is one that I'm excited about because they recently raised their dividend. And another one that I want to add more into for the future. But again, these stocks just keep going up and up. That really affects their starting yield. And of course, you want to get in when those prices are low and those starting yields are high. And then to wrap it all up, we have NRZ. This is a really high paying dividend stock, around 12, 13, 14%. A bit more of a riskier play, but I only own a pretty small position, just under $200. So 12 shares, they pay 50 cents per a share. And that's not too bad. I get $6 from them every quarter. So guys, I made in October 2019 $16.03 in dividends, which is a 97% increase from what I made in October 2018 of $8.13. So if I'm somehow able to continue that 97% increase year over year, that would be fantastic. But that's probably not sustainable. But I'm going to enjoy it while the time is still occurring here. And again, this is all passive income. I did not have to raise a finger to earn this income. So excited for what November and December have. And be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think as well. And we'll see you guys next time.